Hello and welcome to another episode of Game Reviewify. Today we're going to reviewify Saints Row 2 for Steam, developed by Volition Inc. The story is quite long, so I'll just put the midst of the story. Now, from the last game, you're on a yacht with Hughes. The yacht then explodes and supposedly Hughes was killed and you went into a coma. Then you were sent to a jail hospital ward. That's where we start off in this game, where you'll get plastic surgery done, and after that you're on your way through the storyline of Saints Row 2. Now, I played the first mission where you have to go to a court and save some dude Johnny Gat and escape without being killed by the cops. But from this mission I already seen that the developers wanted this story to be great. So the only way they could do that is include the F-bomb more than once in a complete sentence, and of course talk back to a judge, which I thought was quite stupid, and the acting to me was pretty crappy. Now for the controls in this game. You can use either the keyboard and mouse or a compatible joystick. I used the Xbox 360 controller, and I believe because of the age of this game, there was no reference to what buttons to use for the Xbox 360 controller to pick up weapons, fight, etc. Unless of course you look in the controller settings, which for some people may still be quite hard to understand. The controls in this game are kinda crap, because all the actions for your character are all over the place on the controller. An example being when driving a vehicle and you need to shoot someone, your acceleration button is the A button on the Xbox 360 controller. And to move the car left and right, you use the left joystick, and to shoot your weapon, you use the right trigger, and to move the gun around, you use the right joystick. Yeah, even by what I just said, I'm sure you'd find it quite hard to maneuver your fingers around to play that right. Now, there's a whole lot of features in this game, from mini-games from your storage locker, in-game mini-games, a respect system, and a multiplayer mode. Well, for the mini-games in your locker, you select Play Game, and I guess as you get further in the game, there will be more games unlocked. The first game unlocked is a zombie game, and you kill as many zombies as you can in 7 waves, and it also has a high scoreboard. In-game mini-games are also scattered out around the map. The only ones I've tried is a racing one, and one where you kill gang members at a specific destination. In this game there is also a store, so you can purchase new clothes and new weapons, etc. Each mini-game you complete in this game will have you gain respect points, and each main game requires you to have a max amount of points required for that mission. If you buy things in the game, it will allow you to get a bigger score for your respect system so you can further in the game, somewhat like a leveling system in some of your favorite MMORPGs. There is also a multiplayer mode in this game. It hasn't been tested because it's probably dead for PC anyways, and probably not fun at all. There's also a co-op mode as well, which I would believe allows you to play with another opponent over the interweb or LAN connection. Now down to the sound part of the game, which was pretty much the best part of this game, featuring bands like My Chemical Romance, Run DMC, and some other great bands. Everything had its proper sound effect in the game, and even the voices were accurate as well. I can't really complain about the sound in this game. It also featured radio DJs similar to Grand Theft Auto 4 and Test Drive Unlimited 2. As for the graphics though, which PC gamers usually pick out first in gaming because PC has the best performance for better graphics, this game wasn't what us PC gamers enjoyed. I think the only thing that looked graphically good was the characters in the game, and the cars didn't look too bad either. There's also some graphical glitches in the game as well. So this was a downfall in this game. Even at a higher resolution, I'd say this game just looked like trash even for a game released in 2008. Now down to the final parts of the review, and then I'll get down to the final scoring system. The best feature of this game that would have made Grand Theft Auto 4 even better than this game was the character creation system. You can do anything you want with your character. As you can see in this video, my character is pretty goofy looking. You can do just about anything you want with your character, from voice, hair, taunts, clothes, and weight. I also enjoyed the sound in this game because it featured a lot of great bands, and this would be another reason for playing the game. The modes in this game all would be really cool, but the game's biggest flaw was the frame drops, which caused some pretty bad lag. It would make you smash into a tree while driving a car, and making turns was pretty tough. At the end of the second mission, you have to knock down these little shacks. At first I thought, well, a crowbar or a bat would knock these shacks down. Nope, I was wrong. What I was supposed to do was throw an enemy into the shack. But because of the horrible control system, I didn't know how to throw the enemy, and I don't even know if that maneuver is in the game. So I had to make sure the enemy was in front of the shack and hit him with a crowbar or a bat. And trust me, this was not easy. I like the zombie minigame. It's so far the only minigame I've tried, and for some reason, I guess it's because of how small the landscape is and not much action going on, that it didn't have much of an issue with lag and frame drops, and found it more playable than anything else featured in this game. I tried the in-game minigames. The only ones I've tried though was the racing game minigame and the kill gang members at a destination. These were quite hard because of the controls not being very accurate, and of course the frame drops and lags. I also found the graphics in this game to be pretty boring, seeing as how the only things that looked alright were the characters and the vehicles. I also forgot to mention that the blood in this game had a very cartoony color of red to it. I guess you could say it looked a little arcadish. I forgot another feature in this game, the cop chases, which is probably an important part of this game. This part of the game was so easy it wasn't even funny. You can go along, driving around the streets, running over people and cops, and you get about 4 stars and you think, oh well, this is going to be hard. Because of 4 to 5 stars you get in Grand Theft Auto 4 would have you dead by now. But no, you can drive up a couple streets and they just disappear. Now, it may get more difficult as you go on in the game, but I seen the AI was terribly easy, and let's just say the AI was terribly easy through the first 2 levels of the game I've tried. There's a good variety of weapons to use in this game, like chainsaws, machine guns, pistols, bats, pepper spray, and so on. I just find these more fun to use if the game was more playable. This game was released on Steam, and you'd think they'd have an achievement system. I don't know if Steam had them back then, but you'd think that Volition Inc. or THQ would release a patch with this option. But nope, they didn't. Okay, I'd like to be done complaining about this game. I'd like to say this game is playable. I only played 2 missions in this game and some mini-games, and I could see by just the small amount of time I played this game, it's not even playable, unless of course you're the person who can play a game with all the frame dropping and lag and get used to the controls. But again, the missions and mini-games could be quite fun if you don't care about the weak control system and frame drops. And if you're a story person, you may be more interested in the story than I am. This has been the longest review I've done. I'm going to give this game a 6.0 out of 10. It'll only be playable for those who don't care about the frame drops, poor control system, and the somewhat weak storyline. If you'd like to find more information on this game, visit www.steampowered.com. Also, I'd like to point out that this review was for the PC version. So from what I've heard, the PS3 and Xbox 360 version is supposedly better than the PC version. So play it on the console before playing the dreadful PC version. I hope you enjoyed this review, as this is my first bad review given to a game. And I hope it will be my last, but it probably won't. So I hope you prepare for another game to get reviewified. And I'll see you again on another episode of Game Reviewify.